Do this once and watch how people treat you differently. Have you ever entered a room and felt unnoticed? Like your presence simply didn't make an impact? Maybe your words were spoken, but they didn't seem to carry weight. Your actions, though meaningful to you, failed to grab anyone's attention. It's as if you blend into the background, becoming part of the noise, leaving no lasting impression. Now, imagine walking into the same room, and instantly, the atmosphere changes. The room quiets, people look at you with respect, and your presence commands attention not because of your clothes, your title, or even your words, but because of something deeper within you. What makes this difference? The answer lies in one simple, yet powerful, action. Before we dive deeper into this fascinating idea, I invite you to take a moment to support this channel. If you find value in what you're about to hear, please give this video a like and hit that subscribe button. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Your feedback is my motivation to create more insightful content like this, grounded in the teachings of Buddhism, to help inspire and elevate our lives. Welcome to Buddhist Motivation. Here, we explore life's deeper questions, uncovering truths that guide us toward inner peace, wisdom, and strength. Together, we'll walk this path of self-awareness, learning from the teachings of the Buddha, and discovering how they can shape our everyday lives. So, let's get started with this simple but transformative technique that can change how you are perceived in the world. The silent power of presence. Imagine a small village in the mountains of ancient India, where a humble monk, Bhikkhu Nanda, lived. Nanda was known not for his eloquent speeches or grand gestures, but for his extraordinary presence. When he entered the village, the air seemed to shift. The market stalls quieted. The chatter of the people softened. And every eye turned to him, not because he was a prince or a warrior, but because his presence was commanding in a way that was subtle yet undeniable. He spoke little, but when he did, his words were like seeds of wisdom that grew deeply in the hearts of those who listened. Nanda did not need to boast of his knowledge or his spiritual accomplishments. His mastery was in his ability to control his energy, to be present, and to let silence do its work. This is the power of the Buddha's teachings. True power comes not from force, but from wisdom, calm, and inner peace. The villagers knew that the Buddha's teachings emphasized being in the present moment, observing, and not rushing into anything. This was exactly what Nanda embodied. He was a living example of the profound stillness that comes from mindfulness. And this stillness drew others to him without him saying a word. The mere presence of Nanda evoked a deep sense of respect from everyone around him. The art of pause. In Buddhist teachings, mindfulness and presence are often highlighted as powerful tools for personal transformation. The concept of pausing, of taking a moment to reflect before responding or acting, is integral to understanding how to live with intention and clarity. In life, much like in conversation, those who rush or speak in haste are often those who are most unsettled within. But those who are rooted in mindfulness can pause, creating a space where wisdom can emerge naturally. Just as Nanda would pause before responding to anyone, you, too, can incorporate the power of pause into your life. In the Buddhist teachings, the art of right speech encourages us to be thoughtful and deliberate with our words. When you pause and choose your words carefully, you not only command attention, but also invite the respect of those who are truly listening. This is not a matter of seeking approval, it is about embodying the mindfulness that transforms every interaction into something meaningful. Why silence works. Buddhism teaches that attachment to external validation is a source of suffering. When we chase after approval or recognition, we only bind ourselves to the very things that cause our distress. However, when we let go of this attachment and remain centered in our own being, we naturally become more influential. The stillness that comes from non-attachment is a power that radiates from within and cannot be ignored. This is the silent strength that Bhikkhunanda possessed. He did not seek validation from the villagers. He simply lived in accordance with his true nature. This is why the Buddha spoke so often about the importance of cultivating the inner qualities of compassion, wisdom, and mindfulness. When these qualities are developed, people naturally respect the person who embodies them. This is a universal law. The more you let go of your need to control how others perceive you, the more you will draw genuine respect and attention. The power of composure. The Buddha taught that true strength is not in outward displays of power, but in the quiet strength that comes from a calm and composed mind. In the animal kingdom, the lion, as the king of the jungle, does not roar before acting. It moves slowly, deliberately, and with purpose. It does not need to announce its dominance, because its power is understood by all. Similarly, in human interactions, the most powerful people are those who do not rush to assert themselves. They command the space with their composure. Bhikkhunanda's very presence was like that of the lion, silent but powerful. When he spoke, everyone listened. When he walked, everyone took notice. The monk and the beggar. There's another story that illustrates this concept beautifully. A story from the time of the Buddha. One day, a beggar approached the Buddha while he was seated in the lotus position under a tree. The beggar, in ragged clothes and hungry, knelt before the Buddha and begged for alms. He spoke loudly, demanding food, his voice sharp with frustration. The Buddha did not respond immediately. Instead, he looked at the beggar with a calm gaze, allowing the silence to fill the space. After a long pause, the Buddha spoke, but not in the way the beggar had expected. "I see you, my friend," the Buddha said softly. "You seek food, but what you truly hunger for is not bread or rice. It is peace, it is presence, it is understanding. The food you ask for will fill your body, but only wisdom can fill your soul." The beggar was struck by the Buddha's words. In the silence, the Buddha had not only commanded respect, but also shifted the beggar's entire perception. The pause, the deliberate choice not to react immediately, turned the entire interaction into a teaching. The beggar walked away not just with food, but with a lesson about the deeper hunger we all carry within us, a hunger for truth, peace, and understanding. Mastering the power of silence. The lesson from these stories is clear. True power lies in being present, in mastering the art of pause, and in understanding that silence speaks louder than words. Bhikkhu and the Buddha themselves did not need to boast or assert themselves forcefully. Their very being commanded respect, because they had mastered themselves. They understood the importance of pausing, observing, and allowing their energy to speak for them. If you want to command respect in any room, start by mastering the pause. Don't rush to speak. Instead, let your words be measured and deliberate. Let the silence fill the space, and make others lean in to hear what you have to say. When you do this, you will find that people not only listen, but begin to respect you for the calm and wisdom you embody. In your next conversation or interaction, try this simple technique. When asked a question, don't rush to answer. Pause for just a moment, look the person in the eye, and then speak slowly and intentionally. You will find that the energy of the conversation changes, and the respect you receive will shift as well. As we conclude this video, take a moment to reflect on the lesson we've shared. True respect is not about seeking it through force or loudness, but about cultivating a presence that demands it through silence, mindfulness, and composure. The art of pause is not just a tool for gaining respect, it is a path to mastering yourself and your interactions with the world. I encourage you to practice this technique. In your daily life, observe the change in how others perceive you. And more importantly, observe how you begin to feel more confident and grounded within yourself. Your presence is powerful when you stop seeking validation and simply embody the calm and wisdom of mindfulness. Thank you for being here with us today. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Your engagement truly inspires me to create more videos like this, helping us all grow together. Stay tuned for our next video, where we continue our journey toward greater mindfulness, presence, and inner peace. Until then, remember that the power of silence and self-mastery can transform not just how others see you, but how you see yourself. See you in the next one.